Hi, this is Kelsey, and right now I'm about to demonstrate a really great core-centric exercise that targets your inner thighs as well as relying a lot on your core muscles for endurance to stabilize the hips. This is an exercise that's performed with the legs lifted above your hips, so it's really important that you practiced enough basic exercises and that you've developed enough core strength to be able to safely keep your legs above your hips without feeling strain into your low back. So I do encourage you to try this exercise if you feel like you're just reaching that point of strength where you're confident and comfortable holding your legs above your hips while maintaining a neutral position in your spine. But if you feel like it's kind of a questionable area for you, I would really recommend that you continue practicing the basic core strengthening exercises that are specifically targeted for the low abs before working up to this exercise. So with that being said, we're going to start out on our yoga mat or our beach towel in a reclined position. So I'm coming down onto my back, and of course the first thing that I always do when I'm practicing an exercise that requires me to lie on my back is I find neutral pelvis, alright? So heels of the hands, find the hip bones where they stick out, palms lie across the fronts of the hips. I look up, backs of my hands are square to the ceiling or to the sky, and I have that little bit of lift or that little bit less pressure underneath my low back. So that lets me know that I have that natural curve in my low spine nice and supported. I take an inhale, exhale, pull in my rib cage to stabilize this position. I'm going to reach my arms nice and long by my sides. My fingertips are reaching towards the far end of the mat to really pull my shoulders away from my ears. My neck is nice and long, and I have my imaginary tennis ball tucked underneath my chin. I'm going to take an inhale, lift my right leg, inhale, lift my left leg. So I'm going to go ahead and start, once again, reassess my position and make sure that I'm comfortable maintaining the neutral position in my spine with my legs lifted directly above my hips. If you do feel like lifting your legs up this high is a little bit of compromise for you, but you still feel like you have enough strength to try this exercise, you can always lower your legs to a little bit more of an angle or even bend your knees just slightly. So keep that in mind. Another thing to focus on in this exercise is I'm going to turn my legs out. So my heels are coming together, my toes are coming apart like a ballerina. My toes are pointed nice and softly to start, and I can see the arch of my foot as I'm working. So I'm going to take an inhale, open my legs out to the widest V I can possibly control. On the exhale, I'm going to draw my legs back together, cross my left leg in front of my right. And now I'm going to switch, right leg in front of the left. And open, and close. And open, and close. So my belly is pulled in tight. I'm stabilizing my entire upper body. If somebody was looking at me from the waist up, they would have no idea that I was moving my legs. So that's what we're aiming for, just to give you a visual image of how the stabilization in your upper body should look. And we're opening and closing. I'm already starting to feel this in my inner thighs. And I'm going to cross right and hold it. So once you've completed 6 to 8 sets with your toes pointed, we're going to switch it up and flex the feet. So I'm pressing through my heels now, pulling my toes back towards my shins. Same movement. Open and cross left. And open, cross right, ribcage pulled in, reaching your fingertips nice and long, tennis ball under the chin. So this is a really concentrated exercise, but if you feel like you want to kick it up a notch and add a little bit more abdominal work, we're going to take our fingertips behind our ears, inhale, exhale, lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. And at this point, you can even lift and hold and continue the movement of your legs. Belly pulled in tight, and still make sure that you're pressing down through that tailbone nice and long. You're not letting your hips roll back. So I'm still maintaining a fairly neutral position in my spine. My spine is slightly imprinted now because my chest is lifted, but otherwise I'm really using my abs to stabilize my hips, and my hips are still square up towards the sky. Close, bring the legs center, and tuck and relax. All right, roll it up to a seated position. And so as you can see, that exercise requires a lot of core control in the abs to stabilize the upper body to allow you to more effectively isolate the movement into your legs. So like I said, if you feel like you don't have quite enough control when you're trying to lift your legs above your hips, I would really recommend practicing some more of the basic exercises and even working up to doing some of the abdominal routines before lifting your legs up above your hips. Otherwise, once you get to that point, remember you can increase the intensity by adding crunches, or you can just hold and lift. Make sure that as you're lifting, you're keeping your elbows nice and wide and you're keeping that tennis ball underneath your chin. Give it a try. Feel the burn. I really hope you enjoy it. And take care. We'll see you next time.